The Scene projects are supported by the following: J. Rick Music on 41st Street in Sioux Falls, Dirty Dog Productions, serving artists in the Black Hills and beyond. The Courtyard by Marriott in Sioux Falls, where the scene stays. The Den at 909 West Avenue in Sioux Falls, home of the Songwriters Showcase. This program is supported in part by the Midwest Country Music Organization. We want to thank all of our members for their continued support, and we look forward to having you on the show. We would also like to thank our partners at Sunny Radio and SiouxFallsPodcast.com. Sunny Radio, FM 93.3 in Sioux Falls. Every episode of The Scene is brought to you by DBS Entertainment, connecting the Midwest through music. Welcome into a very exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and this is Love Noise, our weekly review show featuring new songwriters every Friday. Another exciting episode as we feature former guests of the show and some of our new friends. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Bubba Starts. We are The Scene. The Scene projects are growing, and we're so happy that you're a part of it. This show is the backbone of what we're trying to do here. We hope that by amplifying the signal of our local songwriters that we expand further than we ever dreamed. We thank all of our songwriters for sending in your submissions, and we thank our listeners for spreading the word about all these beautiful people. Our first song this week is from our friend and former guest, Phil Tittle. You can find Phil playing live in Port Washington, Wisconsin on September 14th and October 19th at the Port Washington Farmers Market. Both of those start at 9 a.m. Phil is a veteran of the United States Air Force and found his career later in life. Find out more about him on our episode, cataloged on Spotify. Now here is I Wish I Knew by Phil Tittle.
Taking everything I've got and left it in a parking lot. You know, the one for broken dreams. Forget all about the promised land, a parlor trick, a sleight of hand. It's just another bait and switch, it seems. Chasing castles in the sky, success is just a contact high. It's just another party for a red costume. Never knowing what to say, someone always has a better way, but I'm still the biggest critic in the room. Where's it all leading to? Is it tangled up in blue? Dead ends, all the burned out bridges and the walls I'm breaking through. Do you know my name at all? When I hear their beck and call, don't know what you're thinking, but I never had a chance. Feels like all I'm getting is the same old song and dance. I wish I knew your point of view. I wonder where I'll go from here. The answers never seem real clear, and exposure still hasn't paid my rent. Maybe I'll just put it down, a different dream, a different town. I'm just another carny looking for a circus tent, a circus tent. Where's it all leading to? Is it tangled up in blue? Dead
Tittle with I Wish I Knew. Next up is 2024 International Singer-Songwriter Association Gold Entertainer of the Year, Samantha Grimes. Samantha will be performing as part of the Hazelden Betty Ford National Recovery Weekend in Center City, Minnesota. For the first time on the scene, we welcome the voice of Samantha Grimes with her song, The Manor.
Was convinced he was Jesus Christ. His mama didn't want to take the court's advice. He was baptizing near the rocky shoals. She swore, goddamn, my boy's saving souls. Every other day the sheriff was called. Another out-of-towner must have been appalled. He said, hey, Noah, do you think today's the day we take you to the manor? Chrissy had a daddy who would watch her dress. Said she looked like her mama who had long since passed. And every night he'd come into her bedroom. Till late one night she had had enough. Chrissy called the state and said the times were too tough. And she begged the social worker to take her from his clutches. Instead they took her to the manor. Big walls and bigger bars. Couldn't see the sun, couldn't see the stars. Noah and Chrissy hit it off real well. She said she'd save him from himself. He said he'd save her from hell. And every night they planned their great adventure. 6 months later, it was time to fly. The guards were off duty, so they said their goodbyes. And they hid together in the compost bin. Said they're never, ever, ever going back again to the manor. Later a postcard came from Erie, Indiana, bearing no last names. It was a short message of poorly written grammar, in a script that was hard to read. It asked the warden and director just to let them be. For once they were happy, and they ended with, give our best to the manor.
Samantha Grimes with The Manor. It's easy to see why this young lady is having such a successful year. Congratulations to you, Samantha. We're so proud of you. Next up is our good buddy Joshua Sinclair. Josh released a new album this year called White Trash Recipes, and here's a taste of it right now with Summer in a Small Town.
Main Street buzzing with the local band, barbecue smoke and some Dixieland. Late night drives down a gravel road, yeah. Church bells ringing on a Sunday morning, baseball game and some knee-high corn. Cooking them up, yeah, well that's how it goes, yeah. Cut off chains in a country song, and days of dukes that don't stay on. Sweet tea sipping on a front porch, swinging this southern town. small town. Sipping that sunshine lemonade, stealing kisses in the shade. Life is good, we living the dream. Dirt bike riding till the sun goes down, drinking from a hose laying on the ground. Simple life, yeah, well that's all we need. Cut off jeans in a country song, Daisy Dukes that don't stay on. Sweet tea sipping on a front porch, swinging this southern town. Yeah. Cold beer and whiskey shots, up all night in parking lots. Good friends and pretty girls just hanging around. The summer in a small town. In a country song, Daisy Dukes that don't stay on. Sweet tea sipping on a front porch, swinging this southern town. Yeah. Cold beer and whiskey shots, up all night in parking lots. Good friends and pretty girls just hanging around. The summer in a small town. Oh, oh, summer in a small town. Oh, oh, yeah.
Oh, we love the summertime vibes of that one. That's Joshua Sinclair with Summer in a Small Town from his album White Trash Recipes. Josh will be playing September 19th in Des Moines, Iowa at the Des Moines Beer Garden at Waterworks. Make sure you catch Josh and all of our Midwest Country Music Organization members tearing up the whole state of Iowa. A lot of us in Minnesota and South Dakota as well. Make sure you're tuning in, and an artist, if you're not a member, you should be. MidwestCountryMusic.org. Well, that's our show for this week. We want to thank Phil Tittle, Samantha Grimes, and Joshua Sinclair for sending in their songs. If you want to send in your song, you can do so by emailing an MP3 submission to thesceneprojects@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing your track and sharing it on the show. And make sure that you're sharing this show. You can find The Scene Projects on all your social media channels and on patreon.com/The Scene Projects for exclusive content. Become part of the community and make yourself part of The Scene.